Hey everybody, welcome to today's episode. I am going to share with you today a little bit of insight on side hustles and how not to get yourself trapped into something that's just another job. Now, not all side hustles are created equal, and many of them are a trap. I know that's not what you want to hear, especially when everyone online is screaming at you to start a side hustle, monetize your passion, or hustle harder. Hustle, hustle, hustle. That's what we're all about, hustle culture. But here's the truth nobody wants to admit. Most side hustles are just trading your very limited time for just slightly more money, and the math, it really doesn't add up. And I'm not here to discourage you from making more money. Of course not. I want you to have all the money. I am not here to say, hey, never start a side hustle. I've done that myself. I am here to save you from wasting the next 2 years of your life on something that looks like progress, but is actually just another job in disguise. Now go ahead, hit that subscribe button so you can keep learning about why most side hustles are broken, how to spot the ones that will trap you, and what you should be building instead. Now let's start with what a side hustle actually is for most people. You've got your main job, and maybe you're working 40, 50 hours a week. You're tired, you're stressed, but you want more money. You want more freedom and more options, so you start a side hustle, like most people. That makes sense. Maybe it's freelance writing. Maybe you're driving for Uber. Maybe it's flipping items on eBay or doing graphic design on Fiverr. Or maybe you even start a consultancy. And at first it feels amazing. You made an extra $500 this month, and that is real money. But here's what happens next. Month two, you want to make $1,000. How do you do that? You dive head first into hustle culture by working more hours, taking on more clients, spending your evenings and weekends grinding, and by month three, if not before, you are burned out. You're working 60, 70 hours a week between your day job and your side hustle. Your relationships are suffering, your health is declining, and you're making just, slightly more money. This is the trap. You thought you were doing something good, being responsible, taking care of business, but now you're stuck. And most side hustles operate on what I call the time for money treadmill. And even if you start a consultancy, a quote unquote real business, now you basically have a job that you own. And quite possibly you've imprisoned yourself in that job that you own. And so you get paid once for your work, and that's it. And when you stop working, the money stops too, because there's no leverage. There's no compounding. Nothing's adding up. There's just you trading your hours for dollars over and over again. At the beginning of next week, the next month, you have to start all over again from $0. And worse, these side hustles often pay you less per hour than your main job when you factor in all the hidden costs like the gas for Uber, the fees on Fiverr, the time spent finding clients and doing admin work and chasing invoices. And suddenly that $25 an hour freelancing gig is actually $12 an hour when you do the real math. So you're not building wealth here. You're not building freedom. You're building a second job that you can't quit because you've gotten used to all that extra income. So how do you know if your side hustle is a trap? There are three massive red flags, guys. Red flag number one, your income is capped by your time. If the only way to make more money is to work more hours, you're trapped. This is the Uber driver who can't make more unless they drive more, or the freelancer who can't earn more unless they take on more clients. There's a hard ceiling on your income because there's a hard ceiling on your time and how much time you can commit to a job. Now, if you're unsure if this is you, ask yourself this. If I work twice as many hours, would I make twice as much money? If the answer is yes, that's a bad sign. It means your income is linear, not exponential. You want it to be exponential. It means you're the bottleneck. Red flag number two, you have to show up every single time to get paid. This is the if you stop working, you stop earning problem. You deliver one DoorDash order, you get paid once. You deliver one logo, you design one logo, you get paid once. You write one article for someone, you get paid once. There's no residual income because there is no asset that's being built. So every dollar you earn requires you to be there working, to be grinding. And the moment that you take a vacation and get sick or just want to take a break, your income drops to zero. Red flag number three, you're getting more clients, not more systems. This is a subtle one to think about. When your side hustle grows, what are you adding? If you're adding more clients or more projects or more deliverables, you're growing your workload, not your business. Real growth looks like adding systems and automation and leverage. It looks like doing something once and getting paid multiple times. And it looks like building something that works when you're not working. So if your growth strategy is just doing more of what you've already been doing, you're not scaling, you're multiplying your problems. Now you might be thinking, okay, Beverly, I see the problem, but why do so many people stay stuck in these side hustles? And I can tell you there are a few reasons. They're not what you think. The first is the sunk cost fallacy. And it means that, okay, so let's say, for example, you've already invested 6 months into your freelance business or your DoorDash driving, and you've built up a clientele, you've got a routine, and now it feels too late to start over. So you've invested the time to build it to where it is, so you just keep going, even though you know it's not working and it's not sustainable. Second is the instant gratification. So the side hustles will pay you now, and you work this week, you get paid next week, and that's addictive. It feels productive, like you're really doing something. Meanwhile, building something that actually scales, something that creates leverage, might take months before you see a dollar, and that delayed gratification is really hard for most people to stomach. And third, there's the fear of uncertainty. So the trapped side hustle is predictable. You know, if you work X hours, you're going to get paid Y dollars, right? It's safe, it's comfortable. And building something new, on the other hand, something that is leveraged, something that might actually set you free and give you the lifestyle that you really want, that's risky, it's uncertain. And most people would rather have, honestly, a comfortable prison than an uncertain freedom. I get it though, I really do. Nobody wants discomfort, nobody wants uncertainty. But here's what you need to understand. Staying comfortable is the riskiest move of all because you're burning your most valuable resource. That's your time. Okay? And you're burning it on something that will never give you the lifestyle that you actually want. So what is the alternative? Okay, what should you do instead? Okay, there's a smarter way to build an income, but no one's really talking about it because it's not sexy. It doesn't promise overnight riches. It requires patience and strategy. It requires some work. So the alternative is building leveraged income, and that's simply income that compounds, income that works when you're not working. Leveraged income comes in a few forms. One is investing, and that is the ultimate leverage. Your money is working for you in dividend stocks, real estate, index funds. So you put your capital to work and it generates a return without your active involvement. Two is content that drives revenue. Say, for example, a YouTube channel, a newsletter, a podcast, even a social media account. You create content, it attracts an audience, and that audience becomes an asset. And you monetize it through ads, through sponsorships, through affiliate marketing, brand deals, things like that. The content you made 6 months ago is going to still be bringing you money today. Third is scalable services with systems. So if you absolutely have to do service work, build systems around it. Hire contractors, create templates, automate your processes. The goal is to remove yourself from the delivery. So you sell the service, but you're not the one doing all the work. Fourth is digital products. This is where you can create something once and sell it infinitely. An online course, an ebook, a template, a piece of software. And this takes time up front. Yes, anything good does. But once it's built, every sale is pure leverage. So you make money while you sleep. This is how you do it. Now you might notice that there is a pattern with all of these. They all create separation between your time and your income. They allow you to earn money without you actually physically being present for every transaction. And this is how you escape the trap. Not by working harder, by adding more clients, but by building something that scales beyond your own personal effort. Now look, I'm not saying side hustles are bad. Okay, I've done a few myself. I love telling people about the ones that are available to them. If you look at my Instagram account at @the1BeverlySamuel, you'll see that it is head to toe side hustles. That's all I talk about pretty much. I would say 99% of what's on there is side hustles. I'm just saying that before you dive into a side hustle online, one that you see online, understand the ultimate outcome and what your alternatives are. So if you're going to drive for Uber with no plan beyond making extra cash this month, you will be trapped. And I don't want you to be trapped. If you're planning on freelancing with no intention of building systems or products, you will be trapped. If your entire strategy will be, hey, I'm going to work more hours so I can make more money, you will be trapped. It will be unfortunate. But if you can recognize the trap early, this is why I'm talking to you right now, you can avoid years of wasted effort. So here's what I want you to do. Take an honest look at your current side hustle if you have one. If you don't have one yet, here's some things you can think about before you get one. Ask yourself, does my income scale with my effort or does it compound over time? You want it to compound over time, right? If I stop working tomorrow, would I still get paid next month? You definitely want to get paid next month if you stop working tomorrow. Am I building an asset or am I just working a second job? You want to build assets. If the answers to those questions, if they scare you, good. That means you are ready to make a change. And one smart thing you can do right now is just shift your focus from just earning money right now to building some leverage that can help you in the long run. It's going to take longer. It's going to be harder up front, okay? But it's the only way to create real freedom, because the truth is you cannot hustle your way to freedom if every dollar requires another hour of your life. There definitely is a smarter way to build income, and now you know what it looks like. So that's how you escape the trap, my friend. If you're ready to stop trading time for money and start building assets that work for you, click the link below this video to jump into my free school group where I share content like this and more. Thank you for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you in my school group, and stay tuned for the next episode.